Good morning, student. Today we are discussing the magnetic field and how we can calculate the magnitude of magnetic field and direction of magnetic field with the help of the Biot-Savart law. So you are very known about the electric field and magnetic field. The point charges are produces electric field. Similarly, the linear and charges on the surface, they are also produce the electric field. Similarly, when the charge is moving, it produces a magnetic field, and we can consider the magnetic field when the charge is moving in conductor. The Biot and Savart experienced individually in the different experiments when the charge is moving, it produces the magnetic field. But they are not calculated individually. Now in 1820, in the earlier of the 19th century, they calculate with the experiment when the charge is moving in conductor, and if the current carrying conductor is consist of the different small elements, and these elements are behaves like in a two ways. One way is if we consider the element which is a small in length as a point, or in any case if we want to the length, then the small element considered is in a length form. The Biot and Savart, they are the French scientists, and the main thing is which is the source of the magnetic field. The source of the magnetic field is a two types. Number one, they are already exist by the any magnet. It may be electric magnet, or it may be bar magnet, or any magnet. Similarly, the other way is the source of the magnetic field is a charge which is a moving. So suppose we are consider a conductor, and this conductor is carrying a current. It means the charge flows in the conductor. Suppose this is a charge, and this charge is a linear charge. This conductor is a linear, and current is flowing through the conductor is I, and this conductor is consist of the small elements. These elements are known DL, 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 and if we summarize all the DL, we got a length of conductor L. So suppose we are considering the small element, this is DL. The current moving in the conductor is I, so the current is also moving in this small element also is I. So the Biot-Savart law says that if any conductor is carrying in conductor, and we are assuming the small element of the DL, then surrounding the conductor, the magnetic field produces. Suppose we are assuming the point P, and this point P is a distance from the small element DL, which is a R. It is a distance from DL to P. This R can be considered in the position vector when we calculate the vector form of the Biot-Savart law. Actually, the Biot-Savart law is applicable for the magnitude of the magnetic field. Element is small, definitely the magnetic field is also small. Suppose this small element produces magnetic field dB. Now this DL produces magnetic field dB at point P. This DL produces magnetic field at point P dB. This is also dB. This is also dB. This is also dB. This is also dB. So all the small elements produces small element dB. The magnitude of dB will be different because the distance and the another factors are different. So according to the Biot-Savart law, this magnitude of the magnetic field at point P is directly proportional to the current. This is dB proportional I. It means if the current increases, the magnetic field at point P is also increases. If the current decreases, the magnetic field at point P will also be decreases. Now the another term, this term is the length of conductor, and here the length of conductor is in form of a small element which is a dl, so it is also proportional to the dl. So this magnitude of the magnetic field dB at point P is directly proportional to the length of a small element dl. Now the third term, which is depend on the distance. If the distance is larger, then the magnetic field at point P is very small, and if the distance is very small, then the magnetic field will be greater. So we can write the magnitude of magnetic field dB, which is inversely proportional to the distance from a small element to the point P. Here is r, then it is a r square. This is dB proportional 1 upon r square. Now if the position of the point P is different from the dl, in cases, suppose I am considering this is a dl part and the point P is here, point Q, point R, and the distance from the dl is point P to dl is R, point Q is also R, and R is also R. Then the magnetic field at point P, at point Q, at point R will be same or different. We can say that the magnetic field at point P, at point Q and point R will not be same, it will be different. So how we can say? So we are considering an angle. This is small element dl, this is point P, it means the distance R. If the small element dl is making an angle theta with R, then the magnetic field will be different because this is the dl, it is making at point P with R is 90 degree, suppose this is 60 degree and this is 30 degree. Now if we are considering another point, this is point S and the distance from dl to the S is R, then so these different angles R produces a different magnetic field at point P, point Q, point R. So which trigonometric quantity is showing the value of different, and according to the angle, this is sine theta. If we are taking an angle theta is 0, then this is sine 0, it means there is no magnetic field. If we are considering 30 degree, then we got a magnetic field. We take a 60 degree, then again we got a magnetic field, something. And if we are considering the point P, and this is angle 90, which is a maximum, this is sine 90, and this sine 90 is a 1, it means is we can take a maximum value. So we can say this sin theta is also depend on the magnetic field, magnitude of the magnetic field. The fourth term will be, this is dB directly proportional to the sin theta. So we can say the magnitude of magnetic field at point P is depend on the four quantities. This quantity is a current I, length of small element dl, the distance from dl to the point, this is r, and another is the sin theta. Now we are grouping these four factors. These four factors are grouped. dB is proportional to I, dl and sin theta whole upon r square. Now we can replace the proportional sign. So we need a constant, and this constant is called the proportional constant. Suppose we are considering a constant k. This is I dl sin theta upon r square. In gravitational law, the capital G is the universal constant which does not depend on the medium, but in Coulomb's law, the constant k depends on the medium. Similarly, the Biot-Savart law is a law like a Coulomb's law. In Coulomb's law, we are consider a point charge, and in Biot-Savart law, we are considering a small element. And I am told earlier, the small element considered in a two ways. We can assume if we require a point or if we require length. So this case also depends on the medium, and the value of the k is different for the different medium. For the example, we are considering the medium between conductor and point P is a vacuum or a free space. Then the value of k is mu naught upon 4 pi, and the mu naught is called permeability of free space, and the value of mu naught is 4 pi into 10 to power minus 7, or mu naught upon 4 pi is 10 to power minus 7. So now the equation can be written in form of 10 to power minus 7 ideal sin theta upon r square for medium, free space or vacuum. Now if the medium is different, then the value of the k is also different, and in this situation, this is mu r. This mu r is a relativistic permittivity, which is mu upon mu naught, where mu is using for the medium. So this mu can be written in form of mu naught into mu r. So we can change the value of the k with the help of this quantity. Now the vector form. We have calculated the magnitude of magnetic field from Biot-Savart law. Now magnetic field is a vector quantity, so we will find the direction with the help of initially from the mathematical, now then the right hand palm rule. The magnitude of magnetic field dB is equal mu naught upon 4 pi into I dl sin theta upon r square. I am changing the form for vector form of magnetic field. This is mu naught upon 4 pi into I dl sin theta upon r square. Now multiplying and dividing r by r for changing the vector form. This is mu naught upon 4 pi into I dl r sin theta upon r power 3. We can write mu naught upon 4 pi into I dl cross r, where dl is a vector quantity, r is a vector quantity, upon mod of r power 3. This is the vector product of the two vector quantities. In class 11th, we have discussed A and B. If vector A and vector B is the two different vector quantities, this A cross B, it can be written A B sin theta and n cap. So this is changing the form in vector. This is dl in vector r. Dl is a vector, r is a vector, so it written dl cross r. Suppose I am taking, this is a infinite conductor, this is path element dl, and point P is placed away from the distance r to the dl, and this angle is maximum angle, it is a 90 degree. Now we can write this is dl is along to the y axis, dr is along to the x axis. Then according to the rule, this is dl cross r is dl r sin 90 and n cap. So this is the y axis, it means j cap. This is x axis, means I cap. Now the n cap is k cap. J cross I is in vector form. So the vector k, it can be written in form of the minus k cap. And if we are taking the dl in r x axis, then I cross j, now it can be written k cap. This is clockwise and anti-clockwise. It means plus z direction and minus z direction. So this is the vector form in mathematically. So this magnetic field dB is written mu naught upon 4 pi into I dl cross r upon mod of r cube. Now I am applying the right hand palm rule. This is my right hand, this is my thumb, and this is a palm. The finger and palm is combined and it is a palm. So suppose this is a blackboard, this is a dl, it means y axis, and this is my palm along to the x axis. Then the magnetic field dB will be, this is the direction from top to the bottom, and this is my palm. Then the vector dB will be inside of the palm. I can also show my fingers in this palm. Then this tip of the finger shows the direction. This is the inward. Now if the direction of current is opposite to this figure, then the magnetic field will be, suppose again I am taking my right palm and this is downward direction current, this is palm, then the direction of magnetic field will be in outward direction. So this type. So this is the direction of magnetic field. This direction of magnetic field dB is perpendicular to the palm. So this is DL and this is palm, both are perpendicular, and the direction of magnetic field dB is also perpendicular. So we can apply the right hand palm rule for the direction, finding the direction of magnetic field. The Biot-Savart law is actually very similar to the Coulomb's law in electrostatic field. So we will compare both Biot-Savart law and Coulomb's law, some similarities and some differentiations. Similarities, it is for the large ranging. We can find the direction of magnitude of electric field from the Coulomb's law, the magnitude of magnetic field from the Biot-Savart law. Both are for the long ranging, where r is a distance from the Biot-Savart law from DL to the point P. Similarity number 2, both are proportional to the inverse square law. This is one of magnetic field dB is proportional to 1 upon r square, and similarly in electrostatic E is equal to a constant K, Q1 Q2 upon 1 upon r square. It means again E proportional 1 upon r square. This is second similarity. Both are follow the inverse square law. And some differentiation between the Biot-Savart law and Coulomb's law. Number 1, the electrostatic field is produced by the scalar quantities Q1 and Q2, and here the magnetic field is produced by the ideal. It is produced by the vector quantity. So this is the first differentiation between Coulomb's law and Biot-Savart law. We will take a numerical. It is based on the Biot-Savart law. An element delta L is equal to delta xik is placed at the origin and carries a large current I is equal to 10 ampere. What is the magnetic field on y-axis at distance 0.5 meter, where delta x is given? Delta x is equal to 1 centimeter. Again I am repeating the question. An element delta L is equal to delta xik. So suppose this is a small element, delta L is placed at the origin, which is placed at the origin O, and this delta L is in length of 1 centimeter. It is written delta xik. It means this delta L is placed along to the x-axis. Now carries a large current flown through the small element delta L is 10 ampere. I is equal to 10 ampere. What is the magnetic field on the y-axis? This is x-axis. Now definitely this will be the y-axis, and the distance from origin to the point P, where we find the magnetic field, this distance is 0.5 meter. So we have a formula. According to the Biot-Savart law, this is dB is equal mu naught upon 4 pi into I dl, and I am written sin theta also, this is r cube. dB is equal mu naught upon 4 pi into I dl sin theta upon r square. Here delta L can be written in form of dl, written in form of the delta L. So the quantity given delta L, this is 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter is a Celsius unit, and other quantity is given in a SI unit. So this centimeter is converted in meter. This is 10 to power minus 2 meter. Now I is given. This is 10 ampere. No required the change of unit. Now this is theta. This is delta L, and this is distance r. The angle between dl and r is 90 degree. So theta is equal 90 degree. It means sin theta is equal to sin 90, and sin 90 is equal to 1. Now r is given. R is equal 0.5 meter, and the constant value mu naught upon 4 pi. This is in free space, so its value is 10 to power minus 7, and unit is Tesla, meter, ampere power minus 1. Now I am substituting all the values which is given. This is dB is equal 10 to power minus 7 into I means 10 ampere, dl means 10 to power minus 2, sin theta means sin 90, this is 1. Now this r square, it means 0.5 whole square. Then this is 10 to power minus 7 into 10 into 10 to power minus 2. This is 5 into 5, and changing the decimals, this is 10 to power 2. So this is 10 plus 2 minus 2 cancelled, minus 7 and plus 1, it means 10 to power minus 6. 10 to power minus 6 whole upon 25. Now this is 10 to power minus 6, 24. 24 means here I am writing 100 upon 100. This is 24, 4. This is 4 into, again it is converting the numerator. This is 10 to power minus 8, and the unit is Tesla. So this is the magnitude of magnetic field at point P, which is 4 into 10 to power minus 8 Tesla. Now for the direction, we are finding only the magnitude. Now we can find the direction. Direction is dl is along to the y-axis, dl along to the x-axis and r along to the y-axis. It means this is dl cross r. dl is along to the x-axis, means xi cap, and this is r j cap. Again I repeat, dl cross r. dl means delta xi cap, because dl is along to the x-axis and r is along to the y-axis. It means r j cap. This is delta xi cap, delta x r into delta x. R into delta x to I cross j.